What does your tagline say about you? Hello, it's John. It's the Marketing for Owners podcast. Kind of Christmas is sort of finished. Yeah, I know. You can see the tree is still here, but hey, you can't take it down straight away. The kids are still enjoying themselves. And this particular one, I'm here in Canada, in sort of Greater Vancouver area, and this particular one is like 7 foot tall right to the top, and it's still fresh as a daisy and smells great. It's just going to stay for a couple of days. I have no idea how I'm going to get it out the door. It's hard enough getting it in. It's going to make a mess, but there you go. But you've done Christmas, you've done Boxing Day, you've had one Christmas Day, you've now had to go to the in-laws and have another one. But maybe it's all been too much. Maybe you've imbibed too much. Maybe you've had a drink or two. And yes, I know many of you do not celebrate Christmas, but doesn't mean you can't have fun. It's just a nice time of the year. You don't have to be a Christian or anything. I don't even know who else celebrates it, but it doesn't matter. It's a holiday season. It's fun, and they put all the great movies on TV. Well, in fact, do they? They used to. Anyway, let's not talk about that. I was talking about straplines and taglines. Actually, tagline. But the reason I want to bring this up is because you need to start getting back into work mode. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can have time off, and yeah, you can have fun. But I know what you like because I've been doing this for 30 odd years. That's what the grey hair is. You can't really switch off, can you? No matter how hard you try. So rather than go back to work, rather than sit down and think or drive somewhere and go and do something, how about getting a quiet hour or quiet 30 minutes or something like that to yourself and just doing something that feels like you're working. So we're going to talk about taglines. And just to make that clear, a strapline and a tagline is the same thing. I did look it up. I did check it out just in case I'm a complete idiot and didn't know. So you would find, of course, there's headlines and there's slogans and things like that. And those are different. But let's call a tagline a strapline. I call them taglines. Yeah, call it what you like. But in effect, it is the tagline tends to be right next to a logo, generally part of the logo, it right under it, something like that. So that's where it is. It isn't a standalone thing. It tends to come with it. And the reason I want you to think about it is a lot of people don't put any effort in. So if it says first of all, if your tagline says the at the start or the, get rid of that. That is a stop word, waste of space. Get rid of it. If you can't make it, reword it so it doesn't disappear, write another one. It does not need to be there. It's a waste of space, okay? That tagline needs to inspire people to understand exactly who you are as a whether it's as an individual or as a business, what your brand is about, and what you want them to do or what you inspire them to do. It needs to evoke something. Of course, we read about a lot of these from others, and generally they are retrospective. It's like logo design or names. People come out and say, "Oh, have a fantastic name like Yahoo or Google or Apple." But that's retrospectively after they're suddenly worth umpteen 100 billion. Obviously, Yahoo is worth about $5 right now, and so be it as giving away all our getting yourself hacked and not telling everyone. But you know what I mean. These things always talk about the big successful companies and say, "Oh, they just had a great little idea. Why don't you do it?" That's retrospective, guys. We didn't. When it came up, lots of people probably said, "That's a silly idea, a silly name." But with that tagline, they need to stand the test of time. You don't need you shouldn't have to change it because your values shouldn't change, and you want to get something across to your customer. And it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're just the local accountant, whether you're a landscape gardening service, or whether you're the next Facebook. It needs to say something about you. It needs to be thought about. You cannot just have the same generic message that everybody else has. You can't look at, say you're a competitor, you've got a giant competitor and they've got a famous one. You can't look at theirs and reword it and use something similar, because that's not yours, that's theirs. This has to be you. So what does it say about you? Now try your absolute best to keep it short. It's going to go on a logo. You can't have it wrapping onto a couple of lines. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It can even have full stops or periods in between. It can be, oh gosh, who's got something like faster, bigger, better, or something like that, and with a period in between. It can be something like that. So just think. It can be grand. Don't be embarrassed. Don't think, oh gosh, I can't say that. No, don't get carried away with that. It's part of your brand, honestly. Now this is a bit where I'm going to cheat here, because I'm going to pick up, I got a laptop and I wrote some down. And the reason for this is because I want to give you some examples just to make you think. And the reason I've got these is in front of me is because I'd forget them. Whenever I try and remember a bunch of things, as you know, I never write scripts for these. Whenever I try and remember a bunch of things, if I say I've got 5 points or 5 lessons to learn, I forget one of them. So occasionally I might have to jot it down. So I'm going to read some here. Now, for example, L'Oreal, because you're worth it. Now, you know, obviously these companies have multi-million-pound budgets, but so do many other beauty companies. Can you think of theirs? You certainly know that one, don't you? If I said, because you're worth it, you know. You can probably even picture Jennifer Aniston saying it. Something like that. Was that just me? Sorry. Anyway. How about Avis? Avis have We Try Harder. Avis, the car rental company, they used to use that in the 60s. Then they dropped it. And they brought it back a couple of years ago because they found it worked. We try harder. And it's almost like in the individual's mind, they can form the rest of the sentence. Here, this one is so cool, it's unbeatable. You think, how did they think of that? But they probably didn't realise at the time how good this will be. Nike, just do it. That is applied to so many other things. It's so obvious now, but you can do that. Why not? You don't have to grow the size of Nike to have that little tagline down there. Some have been around forever. In the UK, we have John Lewis, which is the equivalent of Macy's, maybe something like that, or the Bay in Canada. A big store. Anyway, big department stores, very top quality. Theirs is never knowingly undersold. Now, yes, it's a grammatic mouthful, but think of the words. So in other words, nobody ever beats them on price and quality, but they don't say price. Undersold. No one beats them. How about diamonds? De Beers. De Beers own virtually all the diamonds around, but a diamond is forever. Yeah, simple. It is. Nokia. Yeah, I know Nokia's not really around. But by the way, Nokia are bringing out those little simple phones again. But anyway, Nokia. Connecting people. 2 words. Some, I've got a couple here that don't even need, they actually put the name in the strapline. So, for instance, Mum's gone to Iceland. Iceland is a frozen food store brand in the UK. Big one. You can do it when you B&Q it. B&Q it is Home Depot. They even have the same colours, same look in the UK. Uber is everyone's private driver. Airbnb, belong anywhere. Okay, enough? Okay, you get the gist. So go take some time, write one out for yourself, see if you can come up with something good in 3, 4, 5 words. And if you can't, write 20 and then see what you think, and then show others, see what they think. Okay. It is Tuesday's toolbox tip. Now, I don't normally, as well as I don't normally have a one of these laptop on top of me and reading off, I don't normally recommend things that cost money, but this is so good. It's been around for so long. It's still the same. It's so good. It's just an amazing course on blogging, updating your website, writing copy, everything. It's from Copyblogger. It's generally now called Rainmaker Digital, but just look up copyblogger.com, and it's called Authority. It's a course. It's on everything. If they update it, there's things. It's a monthly fee, or you can pay annually. It is worth every single penny. And by the way, it is $55 a month, I think. So what's that, about £35 a month? Seriously, if you can't afford that and you're trying to build a business, you're doing it wrong. You think everything's for free? That is an entire education. So look it up, Copyblogger Authority. Just Google that, you'll come across it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your holiday Tuesday. Enjoy tomorrow's interview, expert interview series. You're going to love it. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to find out. It's a good one. She is brilliant. She is such good fun, honestly. Seriously, oh, go on then. It's Melissa Maker. But just check her out. And on Thursday, I'll be back with another quick tip. See you then.